YouTube world? My name is Nicholas Montez, and you're watching my YouTube channel, Nicholas Montez. Okay, so today, we're doing another ranking, and this isn't normally something I would do, but because I saw Penguins of Madagascar this weekend, which is basically the last film in the series for right now, I'm gonna rank all 4 Madagascar films in the DreamWorks franchise from the worst to the best. And keep in mind, this is just my opinion. The franchise has ups and downs, so there's not really a fantastic movie in the series. This is basically an up and down series. So with that said, let's get started talking about these 4 films that we all like. When I immediately watched this, immediately after I finished watching this, I immediately said, Penguins of Madagascar is going to be my least favorite Madagascar film. And it's true. The story was just very bland. Our villain in this film is just it's just forgettable and not very a potentially good villain. The humor in this film is just so weird. And like, they have this weird plot line about turning penguins into like zombie penguins, so, and they like and the way they kind of do the emotions just do not work. But on the positive side, there's some pretty good animation. The penguins do of course steal the show. Some of the new characters, like the new good characters, like such as the wolf, which is played by Benedict Cumberbatch, I thought they were nice additions. But you know, they are kind of selfish, which I don't really understand why they are. And you know, kind of having Private be the main story. You think at the beginning he was gonna be like the main character and it was gonna focus more on him, but it's really not. It's sort of like that, but it's not. So easily, this is my least favorite Madagascar film of the bunch. Now, this movie I actually do like. Now, obviously, the premise. It's not the best premise in the world, but I do think I think the best thing about this movie is the voice cast with Ben Stiller as Alex the Lion, Chris Rock as Marty the Zebra, Jada Pinkett Smith as Gloria the Hippo, and then the guy that plays Melman the giraffe, the guy that plays one of those guys in Friends. So the voice cast in here is pretty good with our 4 main leads. They're pretty fun characters. It's very funny. This is probably one of the funny of the classic DreamWorks films. This is probably the most funniest one because I laughed my butt off to this movie. The Penguins characters are pretty fun, but the problem here is that because all 3 of these movies, excluding Penguins of Madagascar because I don't really count it, because all 3 of these movies had really weird plot lines. Sure, they connected with they had all storylines that connected with each other, but you don't really know what was the whole theme about these movies. And that's kind of why I put it a little bit lower on the list, because most movies, what's the story that they're trying to tell, it really starts with the theme. They're trying to start the theme with their first film, and I don't really think that this movie does that very well. But this world, kind of the story is good, but it's kind of disappointing because you don't really know what the theme of this whole series is when they keep going from Madagascar to Africa to Europe, and then it has the penguins, and then it has to spin off with the penguins. Like, it doesn't really understand the theme of the series very well. For me, I actually really like this movie. The best thing about the movie is that the action sequences are really good. Like, they do really clever ways with the action sequences. Like that chase sequence where Dubois is like chasing out after all the animals in that little truck there, and then like you have these close-up shots where like the guys are just flying through the air, and then like when they get the plane, but the guy starts shooting banana bullets at the Dubois, and it just looks so cool. I guess the way the action is choreographed, I thought was really good. And also, I really like I thought the animation in this film was really good, especially when we get to the circus scene, where we get, the fireworks song, which, that's probably one of my favorite moments of the entire film. As just so vibrant and colorful, as you see all these characters do circus stuff. And also, the story with the tiger, I also really like. I thought that was probably the most interesting character of the whole bunch. He was just so likable to me. But the whole movie, because you don't really know what the theme of this series is, it does feel a little bit weird why they're going to Europe from Africa to Madagascar. Like, it still has issues, but overall, I still really enjoy this movie, and it sort of kind of has that other story where characters are trying to hide from someone and they lie about it, that they're actual animal fugitives instead of actually being circus animals. So that story kind of works, but, you know, it's not the best story in the world, but I still enjoy this movie and still have a good time with it. So I would say, of the Madagascar films, this is the one that I think is the most rewatchable. Well, not the most rewatchable, but yeah, I would definitely say that. Really just kind of like the story, I felt like that this movie should have been kind of the conclusion of the series. I didn't really think we needed the third one. I look back at the third one, I don't really think we needed it. And then the Penguin spinoff, I don't really think that they needed a spinoff, because when you think about it, I don't think they work as main characters. But this film really worked. I loved how he got the origin story of Alex and where he came from, and the tragedy that happened through it as he got his son taken away, but then he got stranded on the New York, and then humans found him in a box. And then that's how they all met, and then it like zoomed through the whole story of the first Madagascar. And then when they meet all their parents, it has conflict. As the conflict in it is very serious, as the son failed him, and he doesn't know how to fight like a real lion. And I love the relationship between Alex and his dad, because he couldn't save him after those hunters. So it was a very cool storyline that they came up with. And of course, probably the best scene of the entire movie is when the old lady is beating up Alex. That's probably the best scene of the entire film. And then of course, you know, you hate the evil lion. I forgot his name. The evil lion that's played by Alec Baldwin. You hate him as the villain. And like, it actually does have an animal story where there's a drought going on in this land, and that's something that would happen in a real animal world. So that's the stuff I like. So for me, Madagascar: Escape to Africa is my favorite movie of the Madagascar films. So that was it. It's my favorite movie. It's the number one for me on my Madagascar list. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My Instagram name is Marvel6 and my TikTok name is Marvel1Fan. If you guys don't understand those names, head to my about section so you can follow me on all those social medias. I'm also on Letterboxd. It's the same name as my Instagram, Marvel_6_. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.